Good morning guys, my name is Morgan and welcome to today's video. Standing by the seedling table, I'm sure you can notice there's a little something new. These are some strawberries and I'm going to be planting them in the bath. So in this bath, a little bit of a fail. I had some cos lettuce, I had some beetroot, I have some spinach, and I have this huge tomato plant here, but this bed is extremely hard and it needs a lot of work, so I'm going to be taking out most of this and adding some fresh compost, and I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to this bed to make sure that it stays nice and light and fluffy for the strawberries. And another thing I have are these tomato seedlings. I've got 200 tomato seedlings and I'm going to be spreading them around the garden. I have a place by the stone wall that I want to fill out, and it's going to be the first thing that I'm going to do today because they need to get in the ground. The strawberries can stay in the pot for a decent amount of time, so these seedlings are going to need to go into the ground first today, so let's get straight to it. So here at the stone wall there are a few weeds, not much. I did add some fresh compost there not too long ago, so I'm just going to go around and remove all of the weeds that have come up in the time being, and then I'm going to get these tomatoes in the ground. Alright, so while I was busy taking out the weeds in this bed here, I noticed that I still have some lettuce seedlings that I planted in here, and they didn't do too well because I forgot about them. I think there was only like 4 or 5 here. It was like a bunch of leftovers from a big transplanting that I did, and I just realized I have like a ton of lettuce seedlings. So I'm thinking, okay, after I plant the tomatoes, wherever there's a gap, wherever there's an nice space, I'll just plant some lettuce. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this bed and probably anywhere else with tomatoes and some lettuce. So companion planting the tomatoes and the lettuce is hopefully going to work really well. None of them will help each other, so it's not going to be beneficial for each other, but the tomatoes will hopefully just block a little bit of the hot summer sun from the lettuce, and hopefully the lettuce will just keep the soil a little bit more moist. So it's basically going to be like a living mulch. So that's going to be the plan, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, this bed is now all ready for some seedlings, and it was extremely dry because nothing has been growing in here, so I haven't been watering this area. So I did give it a little bit of water, and now we're ready for transplanting. I am also going to be giving them a little bit of fertilizer just to help them in the initial stages of settling in. I am also going to be adding some ash, some wood ash that we have left over from the winter. That is going to help the tomato plants establish a good root system, because ash is very, very rich in phosphorus, and at a later stage the ash is also going to help with the fruit production because it is also rich in potassium. So I'm going to put a little layer of ash down, give it a little mix in. I did put some water down so the ash might just absorb in. I don't know if I'll need to mix it in, but I'm going to add some ash as well. So with transplanting tomato seedlings, there's a few things I'd like to speak about first. Just really quickly, let me see if I can find one. Okay, so this tomato seedling, you can see it's got the seed leaves. I'm going to be removing that and planting them as deep as where the seed leaves were. Now, anywhere along the stem, the tomato will produce roots. These hairs will not turn into roots, but the stem will produce roots if it is in contact with moisture. So I'm going to be removing the seed leaves and planting them in line with where the seed leaves were. You can see this one over here has got some roots coming out on the top when they were in the tray. Obviously there's a lot of moisture in there because of all the leaves, so you can see some of the roots starting from the stem over there. I am also going to be removing any ones that have more than one. From my experience planting a cell like this that has got, this one's got 3. If I planted this, one of them is going to do well and the other 2 are going to battle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the weakest one. I'm not going to disturb the root ball. All I'm going to do is break it off like this, and you will be able to put this in some water, root it, and then you'll have a new plant. And then with the second one, do the same thing, and then I will plant that as my seedling. Alright, now that these are all transplanted, it's time for a good dose of water. Whoa! Alright, so that is the stone wall bed all complete. There's 80 tomato seedlings in here, and I still have a huge amount to plant out, but I'm not going to bore you with all of that. I'm going to do that off camera. Stay tuned to my Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at Morgan in the Garden. I'm going to be showing all of the final results and a little tour over there, so stay tuned to my Instagram. I still have those strawberries I need to plant out as well, but that's going to be another video because this is going to take quite a while to plant out all of these. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, have a wonderful day and stay active in the garden.